Welcome to day 38 of the 300 movie challenge. Today we watched the highest grossing film of July 1997, which was Men in Black, which is as we expected Men in Black to be, basically.
Not a waste of time.
No.
An enjoyably silly movie, basically.
Yeah, like, I don't think it's, like, super great, but it's definitely, not bad, which is good at this point, considering what we've had to watch. So, yeah.
It's a movie that doesn't take itself seriously.
Well, obviously.
Yeah.
Which is great.
It's very refreshing after, like, all these other movies, like, not counting the ones that were technically not from 1997.
Yeah, those were
all
great.
The other ones we watched were, like...
Can we watch some more not 1997 movies?
This is the best actual 1997 movie so far.
Yeah.
Yes.
And even then, like, it's not, like, yeah, it's not super great or anything. But it's, like, I would say Iron Man and Captain America were better. But,
Yeah, certainly.
but again, it was, it was like, movies can be good.
It was just like a nice, fun
movies
movie.
can be funny and have a sense of humor that actually makes you laugh.
Yeah. And, what was I gonna say? Oh, well, one thing that I did think was actually kind of weird, because I did see this before, like, 2012-ish. And I was actually surprised. The beginning's actually kind of slow.
Yeah.
Which I was kind of
Yeah.
surprised at. It, like, kind of takes a while to get going. And again, that's, like, it's not bad or anything. It's just kind of interesting, because you would think, like, oh, the whole thing is totally silly and weird all the way through. And it's not quite. I guess I have seen the second one and I have seen the third one. Again, I've only seen them once each back then, so I don't really remember that much. But I just remember them being a bit faster, and so if, like, maybe the second one is, like, a little bit faster, I might like it more.
I think this is
I'm
just
not
set
sure.
up.
Yeah.
Probably set up, yeah. Which they do a good job setting up, like, the whole, like, world aspect of where the story takes place and stuff.
Yeah, I was like pleasantly, slightly impressed by the world. It's an interesting concept that they deal with, and like they don't completely explain everything just so you do like see the silliness of it as well. But
Yeah, well,
the way it's set up is pretty good.
because also the idea is you're kind of following, like, Jay, Will Smith's character. Like, you're kind of, you're following him in the sense of, like, you're discovering all the things too as he is, right?
Yeah.
And so that's kind of at least a decent angle that they're going for it. So it's like, yeah, you don't get everything, but, like, neither does he, right? So you gotta kind of figure things out as you go. So that's a decent, enjoyable angle for this. And, there's fun dialogue, stuff's interesting, and,
Yes.
it's enjoyable, for sure.
I love the part where they were like, we're going to destroy Earth. Sorry.
Yeah.
And then you also pointed out the fact that the cat was named Orion like way before they even thought of the cat.
Yeah, that was weird, because, like, once you said it, I was like, wait, I think that is what actually the twist is, but then I'm like, how did you notice that so quickly? Like, I don't know.
Because it's an animal in the movie.
Yeah,
That's
because
fair.
I looked at what the name of the cat was, because Sora recently got a new collar where her name was, like, embroidered on the
Oh
collar.
my god.
So I was like, oh, they have this collar. And then I was like, oh, Orion, that's like a really strange name for a cat. It's probably important
Oh my
plot,
god.
and it ended up being
Evidently
very...
it was.
So you know what this means?
Hmm?
This means Sora's an alien.
Sora's belt.
Yes.
Oh my god, Sora's built.
There's a
Yes.
galaxy on Sora's belt.
Oh my god.
She doesn't have anything on her collar.
That means reality doesn't exist. It's all illusion.
We're all living a lie.
Actually,
Only
that
Sora is real.
that very end though, with like where they zoom out to like the galaxies like in the little sphere thing, and there's some like alien thing that has like a bunch of them. Like,
Mm.
I don't remember the movie, so I'm like, does that come up like at all again? I don't know. I feel like that could just be like,
I-
here's a little weird nod or something to the galaxy thing, but I don't know. Like, if they actually did kind of go that angle of like kind of an existentialism kind of thing to it, I'm like, oh, that could actually be super interesting. But I honestly don't remember. I have a feeling they probably won't go that route, just because they want to be goofy about it. But I don't know.
I guess to add to the goofiness is just the really bad CGI.
Oh yeah, it's pretty bad.
It's so bad, but it enhances the experience of this particular movie.
Yeah. It's like the scene, the part where the guy like he shoots the dude in the head and like his head grows back.
Oh yeah.
And like, you know, while it's growing back, it's CGI, but then like, you know, it's supposed to like reform into his face and it's supposed to look real once it's reformed, but it's like he reforms his face and then there's a cutaway and then when it cuts back to him, it's like the actor again, and it's like so obvious that it's not, you know, when it's CGI and when it's not, even if it's like, you know, their actual face. It's still just like, it's not quite
kind of fun.
It's not quite Time Cop bad, but it's not very good.
No, yeah.
I mean, you would think, because Time Cop we watched about, in like the spans of the movies that we watched, Time Cop was in 1994,
Yeah,
right?
3 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Especially since we saw Apollo 13.
Yeah, I mean, again, Apollo 13 is 95. I mean, again, Lost World was... I still think from what I've seen, the original had better effects, but Lost World was better than this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
At least.
you know, I mean, I guess it is like, oh, well, they're dinosaurs, so, like, you already kind of know what they're supposed to look like, I guess. I don't know. But it's, yeah. I mean, again, but it's not like it's not distractingly, like, it doesn't hurt anything, really. Because, again, the thing with the Lost World, and with that is the premise of, like, look at these real dinosaurs, right? And it's like, you know, but this is more just like, it's obviously not real, right? So
Look at these silly aliens.
yeah. Woo. So, I don't know. There's honestly not too much to say. I feel like most people have probably seen this movie already and probably feel kind of the same way about it. So,
We're just kind of happy we didn't see a horrible movie again.
yeah.
Yeah, basically, especially after the last movie we watched.
Oh, jeez.
The last, like, 4 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Haven't had a great run, 97.
I guess overall, if you haven't watched this, just give it a try. It's pretty enjoyable just because of how silly it is. You'll at least get a laugh out of it, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's not like unbelievably funny or something, but it's, you know, it's an enjoyable movie to watch. That's
You won't
And Will Smith is in
necessarily-
it.
You won't, like, regret watching it.
nah.
Yeah, definitely.
You might not want to, like, I don't see myself, like, going, like, ooh, I really want to see Men in Black again. Like, you know, but it's, like, it's fine. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it is kind of sad that we're, like, you know, it's fine, therefore it's, like, the best movie of the year.
It's the best one so far of the action
So,
year.
yeah. But, the next movie...
You said the rating is good?
I'm apprehensive. I'll put it that way. I have hopes, but I also don't want to get my hopes up because they've been dashed before. So
Yeah.
They've been. I recall a few dashed hopes.
Yeah.
we're like eviscerated hopes.
Yeah.
So
So
we'll
for
see.
now, we'll just enjoy the fact that Men in Black was, like, enjoyable, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
We'll move forward with an open mind and hopefully no more dashed hopes.
we're gonna get destroyed.
We are gonna get destroyed.
Especially by the end of the year, but you will see that later.
I think I can already guess what's at the end of the year, but
I'm sure that one will be an interesting review.
that review will probably have to span like 2 reviews.
No, I don't want to end up talking about that any more than we would need to.
A full-length, like, feature film to review that film.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to spend the effort on that. It doesn't deserve it. Yeah. It is kind of sad though when there's like, you know, we spend only like 10 minutes talking about Men in Black, but we spend like, you know, 20 on fucking Best Friend's Wedding.
I guess the thing is that with good movies, it can be harder to talk about because there's not too much to criticize.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Especially ones that are like good and not great, because there's not a bunch you
Yeah.
can say like, oh, this thing was so amazing, this is why and
Yeah.
stuff. So it's just kind of like, yeah, it was good. So
Oh, I
there.
will say one thing.
Uh,
There was a dog.
Yes, there was
We
a
always-
dog that was shaken by an angry white man.
Technically was not a real dog, though.
I wish we saw more of the pug. I thought he was in more of the movie. Maybe it's one of the other movies.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I guess we'll see.
We'll see. Cough, cough.
Cough, cough.
Nudge, nudge.
Dang it, Tara, you
Okay.
actually didn't cough that time.
I know, I'm so impressed with myself.
When you're
It's a
actually
good
trying to
omen.
do the hint for the coughing, you couldn't cough.
It's a good omen.
Just sure.
Maybe. Maybe.
There we go. Yay! It happened. Okay.
I guess with that, we will see you next time in August.
I